The first clip that we're going to show is potentially one of the best shots that we've seen in disc golf history. This was Evelina acing the par 4, 407 feet in round 2. Ended up making Sports Center as well, and this was an impressive ace.
Let's see what happened. I hope we have some footage.
Let's Evelina Salonen, T of 12.
All right.
Is this?
Oh!
Evelina Salonen hits the ace on 12.
Again, it was last week when she last hit an ace in a tournament.
That is unbelievable.
It's not.
Just absolutely sick. And I got to say, I'm now thinking, Gary, I kind of like this as a drivable par 4. Like disc golf always is trying to figure out how do we make drivable par 4s. I like the idea of the basket sitting on a cliff or sitting on something, and how aggressive you want to be brings in that OB, or you can just launch it past 100 feet and then have like an upshot going in. Like I kind of like that as a drivable par 4, because that's apparently how this hole played, is everyone would just chuck a shot and have it go way past and then, come back.
Yeah, it's someone put it in the chat. It's very reminiscent of Garrett Gerthy's Ace Patros, which is a similar hole where you had like the bunkers on both sides. So you could play short if you wanted to, get a very easy birdie, or you could go for it. And I like designs like that once again go to what we always want, which is forcing choices.
So we go from one of the best shots we've seen in a while to, I think it's fair to say, Gary, potentially, well, first let's go to the how not to putt in the wind. Let's go. If you ever wanted to learn and take a class of how not to putt in the wind, folks, this right here is how not to do it. See ya. I mean, that landed like she had a 10-foot putt and it landed 150 feet into the water. I mean, just wild stuff. Okay, so for those that are wondering, like, all right, well, what the heck am I supposed to do in this situation? There's a couple things, right? The first one is you actually want to putt soft. If you're actually trying to make the putt, okay, if I'm trying to putt into a 30-mile-an-hour headwind, I'm actually trying to make it. I am trying to have that thing get to the basket with almost no speed at all. And the spit outs and all that stuff, you see that from people that putt really hard, is because the disc gets into the chains and they always are going to swing. And when it swings back out, the wind is going to push it out. So if you actually are trying to make a putt, you got to go super spinny. So you're putting a lot of spin on it, but you're barely throwing it. You're barely putting any push on it, right? I learned this in Ultimate, because if you want to know how hard it is to throw a disc, go to the beach when it's windy and try to throw a 175-gram Ultra Star. See how good you are at that. You got to put so much spin, and it's almost like you're kind of breaking your hand, like you're breaking your elbow, because normally we want that full extension. Here, I'm not going full extension. I'm just snapping and kind of stopping the elbow. And that way you get a lot of spin. That's if you want to try and make it. Now, if you're just trying to survive, you get out an overstable driver and you throw that thing upside down. You can scuba it low, get on a knee, throw that thing upside down. Don't give it a lift plate to be able to launch, and just slide that thing up underneath the basket, tap in, and get out.
Yep.
There
Or if you're like in that 10, 12 foot range and the wind is that bad, play the averages on the hole and lay the first one up under the basket and just tap it in, because you'll probably gain strokes on folks watching everyone throw MTAs into the water.
And now, Gary, I think it is easy for me to say this is the worst shot in disc golf history.
What is Henna thinking now? How to get up there? You're not getting to the basket.
Is there even a safe way to lay up? Because you don't want to.
Oh, okay. You're not getting to the basket.
Is there even a safe
Basket.
Is there even a safe way?
Basket.
Is there even a safe way
Okay.
to lay up? Because you don't want to.
I think
Oh, okay.
if you gave me $1 million and a million tries, I don't know if I could ever replicate that. I don't think I could ever do that.
Summed up perfectly by, oh, okay. That's the best reaction just from the commentator. Some people were saying that she was not holding onto the putter hard enough, and that as she came back, the wind literally just took it out of her hand.
Which I think might be the case, but I think that also may be one of the reasons why maybe her putting has struggled is she's not gripping the disc hard. I've never had a disc ever fall out of my hands because of the wind. So I don't know. It might have been also maybe changing her grip from a putt to a throw, and she didn't really know what to do and kind of was like, but oh man, when I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, it's already so windy. And now you're just having that. I mean, that just shout out to everyone that played in that weather. That weather is not easy to play with at all.